we're excited to be here. We're excited to be certainly be in the Super Regional, and we're certainly elated to be here in Charlottesville. Last weekend out in California, the guys hung together. Certainly it was some 3 great team performances. Not all of them were exactly how you draw it up, but I'll tell you, this time of the year, it doesn't matter how you draw it up. I mean, this season hasn't went exactly how you maybe draw it up, and all the challenges that this group has faced, from the news before the year of losing some of the players with injury to dealing with all the weather throughout the beginning of the season. But this group has hung in there, and we're really proud to be playing this weekend, and we're looking forward to being back at home. And we're excited that I did hear just a couple hours ago that the Super Regional is sold out, and we're excited that our fans have an opportunity to see this team play a couple more times, and we're looking forward to getting back out there tomorrow. So.
Brian, I think it was this day last year when you and Coach Sheff kind of told us about that meeting you guys had a couple years ago when he came up here. Now he's in 2 straight Super Regionals. Did you reveal too many of your secrets? And what do you think of that program and how it's developed so quickly over the last 2 years? Well,
I've known Coach Sheff for a long time, and I have always admired his coaching ability. I've admired who he is as a person. He's a great family man, and we did, certainly the story. We spent some time together, and no, didn't reveal too much. He's a friend, and I got a lot of respect for him, and they do a great job. They're very well coached. Their entire coaching staff is very good. They have talented players. They've earned the right to be in the position they're in. I mean, shoot, they went out to Los Angeles, California, and beat the #1 overall national seed that people were predicting to win the national championship. And so they're another great example, like us this year, that you stay together as a group. They've had their difficult times. They've had injuries. They went through a couple of tough patches of the season, and certainly they hung together, and they're playing their best baseball of the year. And so it should be a great weekend.
Is there any such thing as momentum that carries from one week to the next, or the 5 days off or whatever just kind of strip it and you start over?
Well, I think both teams can certainly draw confidence from the success that we had last weekend. Certainly I can speak for our team. It's certainly rewarding, and you feel good about your teammates when you go out there to California and you sweep all 3 games, and in the fashion that we did it. Certainly I think there's a confidence, and there can be a carryover. That said, this is a whole new weekend. It comes down, it's a little bit different than last weekend. Last weekend you saw a couple of different teams in a different environment. Here we're seeing an opponent that we know a little bit about, that we've competed against before, and it's about winning a series. Last year, they won the first ball game, and then we had to figure it out and win the next 2. So it's about winning 2 out of 3, and there's no losers bracket you fall into and things like that. It's just you got to go out and win a series. So
I know last year you lost the first one, came back, but this year is it almost more important to get the first game because of the way this pitching staff is situated?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I would put that much emphasis on getting the first one. I mean, our attention will go to winning tomorrow. But if it doesn't happen, we've been in that situation before. We'll turn our attention to game 2. I'm not concerned about it. We're not looking at it and saying we have to win the first 2. Believe me, if we get to game 3, we have plenty of guys that have the ability to win a ball game. We proved that on how those 3 pitchers pitched out of the bullpen in game 3. The job Doherty did, the job Doyle did, Rosenberger threw 4 hitless innings. So we got guys that are capable, so we won't put too much emphasis on it.